dead on the mat. 1, 2, 3.
Send a message to Chase Chambers, to the GM, to the fans.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Thomas Drake, and welcome back to the first edition of WTW Mayhem here in 2026. And it looks like none other than our WTW champion, Chase Chambers, is going to kick us off here tonight for the first show of 2026. Hope everybody had a happy new year and great holidays. Chase Chambers actually missed Mayhem Episode 5, nursing that knee injury that he sustained in the match against King Krunch and Aftershock. But here we go. Chase Chambers, what is Chase Chambers going to have to say as we continue towards the road to our next premium live event, Revelations?
WTW. Oh, it's good to be back. You saw on Aftershock King Krunch coming at me with his dirty tactics, going for my legs. I'm still healing from my leg injury from that. But now, as you've all seen Grayson Bourne on episode 5 of Mayhem, he told King Krunch no rematch. King Krunch, he wants a rematch against me. Back of the line. You need to work for it again. Back of the line, Krunch. But when it comes to that, we all know King Krunch is dirty, and at Aftershock, I've proved that I have what it takes to be the longest reigning champion in this company for a long time to come. Now, with that being said, it doesn't matter if it's King Krunch, anybody who wants to step up. I'm excited. I'm feeling good. My leg's getting better. And I'm ready to take on anybody who wants to come get some. So I look forward to my next opponent. Anybody who wants to challenge me, I'm ready. You know, that's what I gotta say for the most part. So any challenger that wants to step forward, go ahead.
That is Chase Chambers' old WTW theme song.
That must have been a glitch.
I was thinking the same thing. Oh, no. That's Wesley Walker. There's no way Wesley Walker. Okay, what is going on? Oh, no. Oh, no, that's the song of Relic. And again, what is going on? Chase Chambers' original theme within Wesley Walker. Oh, my God! Blindside attack from Relic. Tied by Relic.
Some hero, huh, Chambers? I said on that whiteboard that there was one fraud of all that was bigger than anybody else, and it was you! You!
Relic picking up the WTW champion, Chase Chambers, and hitting him with a mind warp. Relic made it known that he was after somebody last episode of Mayhem, and it looks like he's after Chase.
It only changes the way people interpret it.
It looks like he's after Chase Chambers. But the question is why? And he points to Chase Chambers again with another mind warp. Our WTW champion is down and hurt.
This is your whole identity. And I'm gonna take it.
But why Chase Chambers? Why is Relic after Chase Chambers out of anybody on the roster? Why is it Chase Chambers?
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Thomas Drake, and I'm here with Juggernaut. Juggernaut, it's our first time seeing you since you won the Nex-Gen Championship at Aftershock. How do you feel?
Oh, you know, I feel all right. I'm a little sore. At the same time, though, I feel like I could just fucking choke somebody, you know? I can just fucking grab somebody and choke the shit out of them. That's kind of how I feel, Tom. That's how I feel. Yeah.
Juggernaut, no, I mean, like, how do you feel about winning the Nex-Gen Championship?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I mean, anybody who wants to step up to me, you really think somebody's gonna take me down for this? I don't care if it's Rakesh or Jetpack, whichever one of them wants to step up next. We already know I can beat the shit out of Jetpack. And as far as Rakesh, the goat fucker, you really think the goat fucker's gonna take me? Come on. The only reason he looked so good against me at Reborn was because I was tired. I'd fought through a bunch of other people before him.
Juggernaut, you came a long way since original WTW from peeing in cups.
Don't talk about that, all right? That was the alcohol. That was the alcohol at the time. I've since transitioned.
From teaming with the Mass Misfits?
Who the fuck are the Mass Misfits? What are you talking about, Tom? How long do you think I've been here?
Sorry, Juggernaut. I'm afraid we got off on the wrong foot there. Juggernaut, there's one last thing I want to ask you about. You know, we've seen the size, we've seen the power, we've seen the changes in Juggernaut. And there's been steroid allegations made against you. What do you make of the steroid allegations with the mass and size and strength you've been able to put on?
Listen. That's why I say I've been transitioning, all right? Just a little bit of trend, you know? It can go a long fucking way. That's all I'm gonna say. It can go a real long fucking way, Tom.
Well, Juggernaut, I appreciate the time today, and I wish you good luck at Revelations against whoever it may be, Jetpack or Rakesh.
Either way, they're both fucked.
Well, this is exactly what Juggernaut was talking about during my interview with him. Jetpack versus Rakesh. As Grayson Bourne announced last Mayhem, the winner of tonight's main event will go on to Revelations to face Juggernaut for the Nex-Gen Championship. But is it going to be Jetpack or is it going to be Rakesh? And it looks like Ace Armbruster is going to come out. Jackson Hendrix, these two men have been at each other's throat ever since Mayhem 1 when we returned, when Ace low-blowed Hendrix. Ace then hit him with a belt.
I think we've had some budget cuts or something. That's what happens when I'm not on a show.
He used a weapon at Aftershock
Sorry
to
for
defeat
missing
Hendrix.
last week. This is a side gig for me.
The always cheap, the always arrogant Ace Armbruster, and Jackson Hendrix said he was afraid of who he used to be, but he's not afraid anymore because he knows he's not that guy. And challenged Ace to a match at Revelations. Extreme Rules. What will Ace's response be?
You know what? Hey, Pissant, get in the fucking ring.
God, I hate Ace. I hate Ace. I'm sorry.
You know, Jackson Hendrix, after listening to your brown-nosed bullshit rant to the fans for about, I don't know, 3 to 4 minutes, didn't really care. Just heard you challenge me to an Extreme Rules match, which, that's cool and all, you know, but of all the matches, I'm the guy that beat the most violent wrestler at WTW Mania 2, in case you forgot. But, besides that, Jackson, you say you've changed. You say you're the better man now. Stop with the fucking facade to the fans. The fans, they see your cracks, I see your cracks, and I'm just here to expose them. That's all I'm here to do, is to show them that you haven't changed and that you're still the same old goddamn coward, backstabbing bitch that you've always been. And if you want an Extreme Rules match, then fine. I'm sorry for when I kill you, though, because you can try to get the shot in your crosshair, but I'm going to follow through and actually fucking headshot it. So, contrary to popular belief, you know, everybody thinks I'm scared of a fight. I'm a fucking coward. Jackson said it himself. Chase, his great friend, has said it himself as well. At Revelation, sure, Jackson Hendrix. Let's go, Extreme. But don't be too disappointed or sad or upset when you're dead on the mat. 1, 2, 3.
You know, Ace calls Hendrix a coward, but it's interesting because Ace is the one that took to the weapon, took to the low blow, a sneak attack. Ace says he wants to prove that Hendrix hasn't changed. But I think the fans and most people in WTW believe that Hendrix has changed, but you see it here. Revelations, Extreme Rules, the final chapter in this rivalry between Hendrix and Armbruster will be written at Revelations, and one of these men will walk away. Judgment Day is going to come for these two, and it's going to come to Revelations.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Thomas Drake, and I'm back here again with an exclusive interview with King Krunch. King Krunch, you lost at Aftershock to Chase Chambers. You came up short. But my question is, why did you attack Chase Chambers at Aftershock after the match after losing?
I'll just send a message, loud and clear. I'll send a message to Chase Chambers, to the GM, to the fans, that King Krunch, he gets what he wants, he gets what he deserves. It's as simple as that. I am me. I am that good.
So you're suggesting that this doesn't stop until you get what you want?
Absolutely.
You mentioned sending a message to the fans. How do you deal with being maybe the most hated man in WTW by the fans?
The most hated? I'd probably say the most envious, for sure. I mean, the fans sitting there watching on their phone screens, the laptops, their TV screens, they just wish they could be me. They wish they could be as good as me, as good looking, as skilled. They hate me because they can't be me. It's unattainable. That's why they like those schmucks, Hendrix and Chambers. They can be that. They can be here. That's pretty easy. But getting up here, only the excellent can do that.
You mentioned this doesn't stop until you get what you want. Last episode on Mayhem, the whole world saw you demand a match against Chase Chambers at Revelations, and General Manager Grayson Bourne denied. How do you go about getting what you want when the GM is standing in your way?
Oh, we're going to talk about the petulant child that, we allow to be a GM here? Because his rich daddy lets him? I mean, all I have to say is, whatever happens, it's on his hands. I mean, it doesn't matter if I have to build a throne bone by bone from the roster. It's what I'm going to do. If I have to go through every single person and put them out of the way, my way, the easy way, the way that I want to and I deserve to, it's what it's going to do. It's pretty obvious the GM does not care about the roster. He doesn't care about their safety. He doesn't care about their pay. Doesn't care about anything. All he wants to do is put money in his wallet and watch out for himself.
I understand. So when you say that you will do things your way, what does that entail?
My way? Just watch. I'd recommend to you, Tom, stay out of my way.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate King Krunch. I appreciate you taking the time with me today for this interview.
Yeah, thank you.
What a prick. Main event, Jetpack versus Rakesh. Winner goes on to Revelations to face Juggernaut for the Nex-Gen Championship. These two men met on Mayhem 4 in the tournament to decide who was going to go on to Aftershock in the finals in the Nex-Gen for the Nex-Gen Championship. And Jetpack actually was able to defeat Rakesh in a very close, hard-fought victory.
We have an evil surprise for everybody today. I am tired of being left behind.
That makes me uncomfortable. But Jetpack versus Rakesh. Jetpack was able to defeat Rakesh on Mayhem 4, and during my interview with him on Mayhem 5, Rakesh took objection to Jetpack saying he defeated him pretty handily, and Rakesh then said he couldn't do it again, which prompted Grayson Bourne to make this match and give both these men a heck of an opportunity, as one of these men is going to go on to Revelations to face Juggernaut for the Nex-Gen Championship. Jetpack, the man that actually fell short to Juggernaut in the finals of the Nex-Gen Championship, coming up on the losing end, but he's made it known how much the Nex-Gen Championship means to him. The Nex-Gen Championship is Jetpack's biggest goal here in WTW, as I think that is what he views could make his career a success. His baseball career didn't go the way he wanted it to, but he believes this Nex-Gen Championship, if he fights hard and does things the right way, the Nex-Gen Championship could take his whole wrestling career to a whole nother level. And look, the proof's in the pudding. You saw what it did for T-Bone, Chase Chambers, Relic, Ace Armbruster back in the past. I mean, that's a title that propels a career, and one of these men has a heck of an opportunity tonight. It's just who's going to come away with the victor. It looks like our referee is a little apprehensive about checking Rakesh. Rakesh alluded to the fact that he might have something, but let's just hope we have a clean match here on Mayhem 6. Huge stakes here between Jetpack and Rakesh, and we are underway. Mayhem 6, first Mayhem of the new year. Jetpack looked to be going for a collar elbow tie-up, but Rakesh immediately striking, throwing those knees, backing the smaller man into the corner. Rakesh, we saw this, uses his strength. These two men very evenly matched on Mayhem 4, but it was Jetpack ultimately who came up with the win to go to the finals at Aftershock. Bronco Buster from Rakesh, and we've seen that a couple times. We've seen him hit it on Juggernaut, Jetpack, and he's following it up with a stomp right to the ankle. Jetpack, a man who's fought hard, had an impressive career so far, came up short, but he wants this opportunity to bounce back. He wants another crack at Revelations. Rakesh was going for a clothesline. Jetpack able to sweep the legs out of him, and Jetpack stomping on Rakesh. Jetpack wants another crack at that Nex-Gen Championship. He came up short. Juggernaut was able to defeat him at Aftershock. The psychotic, powerful clown. Side Russian leg sweep by Jetpack. Cover. And a kick out before even one. Rakesh seems very focused tonight. Rakesh knows what's on the line. He knows the opportunity at hand. Jetpack came up short to the psychotic clown that you saw me interview earlier, who's just as unstable as ever, and a right hand by Juggernaut, or by Jetpack. You know what's weird about Juggernaut, though? He doesn't remember or recall his past with the Masked Misfits when I was talking to him, and I don't understand, because Rakesh, WTF, and Juggernaut, they used to be a group here in WTW, and Juggernaut seems to have no recollection or memory of that. Rakesh, though, fighting back with Jetpack, standing vertical suplex by the foreigner, cover, 1, 2, kick out. Rakesh grew up in Pakistan, made his way to the United States, and got his way into WTW. Rakesh knows the opportunity at hand if he can get a crack at Juggernaut at the Nex-Gen Championship. And if you remember, Rakesh was the one that gave Juggernaut the most fits in that Reborn Gauntlet Eliminator. Rakesh backbreaker here to Jetpack. Jetpack down, Rakesh with that backbreaker, but Rakesh gave Juggernaut fits, and if he could get a crack in it, could he be able to defeat Juggernaut at Revelations? And a massive clothesline, taking the head off of the former baseball star. Rakesh in control here early on in Mayhem 6. If last match was any indication, we know it's going to take a lot for one of these men to put the other one away. And Rakesh again looking to go for another clothesline. Jetpack countered with his patented famouser cover. One, and a kick out. And a kick out. Jetpack countered with the famouser. Looked like Rakesh might have been going for another clothesline there. Maybe went to the well too many times. Jetpack had him scouted. But again, these two men, no strangers to one another. They faced on Mayhem 4. They were in the gauntlet against one another. These two men starting to become pretty familiar with each other. And this is the latest saga in Jetpack versus Rakesh. Jetpack again laying stomps. That famouser counter might have been exactly what he needed. Rakesh was in that driver's seat early, but Jetpack seemingly responding. Massive DDT, planting the head of Rakesh. Cover, 1, 2, and a kick out. And a kick out. Rakesh has got to be feeling the pain here. And I want to take another look at this. Look at this massive DDT from Jetpack. Cover, Rakesh surviving, but what a huge DDT by the former baseball star. Now looking to be wrestling star and looking to be the next Nex-Gen Champion, but he's got to beat Rakesh first and get to Juggernaut at Revelations if he's going to do it. Jetpack looking to be going for that patented bulldog that we've seen him hit. Rakesh caught him. Rakesh caught him. Back suplex. Back suplex, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Rakesh had him scouted. 1, 2. These two men very familiar with each other's offense, and it was on full display there as Rakesh countered that bulldog. He knew what was coming. He knew what to expect. Rakesh looking to lay the ground and pound on Jetpack here, just slamming his fist right to the head of the former baseball star. Rakesh able to have that move scouted, and he's making Jetpack pay for it now. These two men clearly watched tape upon one another. Had a little bit of extra time in preparation as WTW took a brief hiatus coming into the new year here. But these two men throwing everything out on the line. They know what's at stake. Juggernaut at Revelations. Rakesh kicking, looking to go for that double underhook DDT. Jetpack counter with the little Jetpack. Little Jetpack cover. 1, 2, and a maybe right at 2 by a kick out from Rakesh there, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. Rakesh had Jetpack scouted. Now Jetpack had Rakesh scouted. These two men may have to dig deep into their arsenal, maybe give another something they're not expecting if they want to get ahead. Jetpack has him hooked. Could he be going for that bulldog again? No! Kill switch! Kill switch, that's exactly what I was talking about. Jetpack digging deep into his arsenal. They're hitting the kill switch. 1, 2. Rakesh surviving. Rakesh surviving, and the stakes could not be higher here in the new year, here in 2026 for both of these men. Revelations, looking to be a great premium live event. We already know Ace and Hendrix will face in an Extreme Rules match, and we know Juggernaut will defend his Nex-Gen Championship. It's just who? Jetpack or Rakesh? And this match has been a heck of a match, heck of a contest so far. Jetpack laying in the stomps. He was able to hit that kill switch on Rakesh. Rakesh didn't seem to have it scouted. Off the ropes for Jetpack. And a flying forearm. Flying forearm. Rakesh down and out cover. 1, 2. And Rakesh surviving once again. You can see the focus on Rakesh. Rakesh, a guy in the past, similar to Juggernaut, that didn't necessarily take his career seriously as he was in the Mass Misfits, a group that Juggernaut seemingly doesn't remember somehow. But the fact of the matter is Rakesh is a new man here, and he's focused. He wants the Nex-Gen Championship, and you see how focused both of these men are. Rakesh in trouble, though, as Jetpack has been able to hit the kill switch and hit the big elbow. Rakesh has got to get back in here. Rakesh going for that suplex. Or Jetpack, I'm sorry, Rakesh able to counter. Standing vertical suplex by Rakesh. Cover. 1, 2, and that exactly might have been the opening I was talking about that Rakesh needed. Jetpack was hitting some big maneuvers back to back, and Rakesh seemingly was in trouble, but he's able to respond with that vertical suplex. Heck of a response there by Rakesh. Jetpack, perseverant, resilient. Jetpack wants another crack at Juggernaut. The Nex-Gen Championship means everything to him, and a flying knee taking Jetpack into next week. Rakesh, this could do it. Cover. 1, 2, and Jetpack once again surviving against the foreigner. I'm sorry. Rakesh Rakesh wants Juggernaut. Rakesh feels that he can beat Juggernaut based on how he got his hands on him at Reborn and the damage he was able to dish out. Juggernaut, maybe the strongest, most powerful man in WTW, is throwing around every opponent that's came his way, but Rakesh was able to give him some fits, and Rakesh thinks he can become Nex-Gen Champion if he gets another crack at him. And a butterfly DDT. Jetpack's head bouncing off the mat just as he made Rakesh's do earlier. Cover. 1, 2, and great in-ring awareness there by Jetpack. You see it, Jetpack making it into the rope. Aggressive Rakesh able to try to scoop that arm in, but Jetpack surviving once again. Smart by Rakesh there, seeing if maybe he could get the 3 count if the rope is what saved him. Great in-ring awareness by Jetpack, but Jetpack staying alive here. What a match this has been. What a contest. Jetpack versus Rakesh. This has been just as good as their first encounter that was in the Nex-Gen tournament on Mayhem 4. But Rakesh leaping over Jetpack and a massive splash. Jetpack planted. That might put him away. And Jetpack again surviving for a 2 count. Heck of a performance by both men. I thought that could have been done there. I try to leave my personal opinion out of it, but I really thought that was going to end the contest there. Rakesh slamming the former baseball star's head right into the mat and just throwing him into the mat. Rakesh dropping those bombs, and not the kind that we're used to from him, but right hands rather, on Jetpack. And Rakesh is feeling himself. Rakesh feeling himself closing in on the win. Will he be able to rewrite the wrong that he had on Mayhem 4 as Jetpack defeated him with a big knee drop? Rakesh, not only is the Nex-Gen Championship on the line, but it's a chance to undo that loss to Jetpack. Can he do it? Will he do it? And he's in the driver's seat right now. Jetpack's got to find a way, got to find a response. Referee checking on Jetpack. Jetpack's still alive, much to Rakesh's frustration, but Rakesh seemingly in control of this match here, dominant. Jetpack is in trouble. Jetpack's in trouble. He's had a great performance, but he's got to find a way to respond here in these deeper parts of the match. They're in deep water, and Rakesh is in control. Jetpack, if he wants another shot at Juggernaut, going to have to find a way to respond here. Rakesh getting him up. What does Rakesh have in mind? Atomic drop and an elbow drop. Rakesh in full control here. And what is going to be happening? What is he going for? Could he be lining up for that spear? That spear that we know takes his opponents into next week. We saw him hit it on Jetpack. Jetpack was able to survive last time he hit it, but Rakesh is closing in here. Jetpack up to his feet. Jetpack able to dodge out of the way, throwing Rakesh into the post here. Jetpack getting him up to his feet. Maybe going for that bulldog again. Has him hooked. Will he hit it this time? Rakesh had it scouted the first time. Jetpack planning Rakesh. Will that do it? Will that do it? Jetpack looking to crawl to the cover here. Is that going to put Rakesh away? No. Rakesh surviving for a big 2 count, but that was the response Jetpack needed. And I have a good feeling that one of these men, whoever hits that next big move, I think is going to Revelations to face Juggernaut. These 2 men have dished out a lot of damage to one another, but Jetpack seemingly lining up for that zigzag, his finishing maneuver that's done a lot of damage to people in WTW. Rakesh throwing him off. Rakesh, spear! Spear! But Rakesh unable to get to the pin there. Rakesh down and out, unable to get to the pin. What will happen? Why the hell's King Krunch's music playing? What the hell is he doing out here? This is a match between Jetpack and Rakesh. No, that's a damn official. That is an official from King Krunch and a Prince Killer. King Krunch warned me that he was going to take things into his hand, and what is he doing? He's just sabotaging matches like this in WTW because Grayson Bourne refuses to give him another shot at the WTW Championship, another shot at Chase Chambers and Revelations because he lost at Aftershock, and this is the type of shit that he pulls. And another Prince Killer. Ruining a #1 contenders match because his ego, he can't drop his ego out of the way enough to let this match play out. King Krunch is clearly sending a message to Grayson Bourne. He said he would build a throne of skeletons, and he's Prince Killer and a damn official, Jetpack and Rakesh. What the hell is this? Just because he didn't get his title match against Chase Chambers, he's got to pull this? What does this mean for Revelations? Is Jetpack or Rakesh going to face Juggernaut? What does this mean for Revelations?
Just remember, It's on you.
That's exactly what I thought. Sending a message to Grayson Bourne, General Manager Grayson Bourne, refusing to give him the match on Mayhem 5, and Krunch just made him pay for it in that number 1 contenders match. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the first episode here in 2026. We will see you on the next Mayhem as we continue the road to our premium live event, Revelations.